And welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Super Mario Sunshine. In the last episode, we pretty much finished up all the regular episodes in Pianta Village, and got all the shine sprites in all the episodes, and as you can see, as a result, it's flooded here in Al Delfino. Well, unfortunately, the only way to get rid of the flood is, well, obviously we have to go to the final world, which is just beyond the mountain there where Shadow Mario ran off to. But we're gonna completely ignore that because the only way we'll go to it here in just a minute. But today's episode, we are going to be collecting the blue coins of Pianta Village. We only have the blue coins left, and then that's pretty much it for that. We'll have 100% of the world in that case, and I'm gonna try to get up here as soon as I can. But you know, the hard thing about this is trying to get back up to Pianta Village without rocket nozzles. Unfortunately, you don't have access to the actual nozzles that you have up in the square. You don't have access to them here at the moment, and the only way you can get up here is by doing what I'm doing here. There's another method that you can do, and it requires like aiming properly with the camera. I'm not really good at that. This is the only one I can typically get on attempts. As you can see, I'm not very like foolproof on it all the time, but just give me a minute and I'll get up to the top here. There we go. Okay, so it wasn't that bad. Anyways, today's episode, we're going to be beginning our mop-up of the blue coins of Pianta Village. Now, Pianta Village, a good portion of it is found in episode 6 with the saving of Piantas, but a lot of the blue coins are separated whether or not the episode is day or night. I'll get into more detail about that. There's a lot of blue coins that are only found at night, the nighttime episodes, and there's a couple that are found only in the daytime episodes. And then finally there's a couple in episode 5 with Yoshi. I'll go in more detail about that, but without further ado, let's jump right in and start our blue coin hunt. So Pianta Village has a lot of the blue coins you can find in like the first episode. Yeah, like a lot of the blue coin. I mentioned that some blue coins only show up in night and day, and stuff like that. That's not necessarily true. You can find majority of the blue coins here in the first episode. Right as soon as you start off, if you turn right around, there's a graffiti M on the wall you need to spray, and that gives you a blue coin. Now, there is another blue coin that is kind of below, right underneath the grate here, so you kind of have to jump here to get the red coin that we got in the Fluff Festival. Kind of keep going down this track here, and it's on the upper portion of the grates here, so you don't have to do any climbing whatsoever. But if you look up, right here in this area, you can barely see it, but probably the contrast isn't very good. There's a graffiti M on the top of the ceiling there, so there's a blue coin right there, and I do believe that's the only blue coin in the underbelly portion of the town. I don't think there's any more blue coins besides that one, so luckily for us, we don't have to be down here very much longer. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, being down here just makes me nervous. I don't like being on the underbelly of Pianta Village very much. So, luckily for us, we only have to worry about that blue coin in particular, so that's good. Okay, so like I mentioned before, you can get a lot of these blue coins here, and you don't have to do very much. There are some episode exclusive coins, so be on the lookout for that. We'll kind of touch base on that one here in a little bit. But as you can see, there's another graffiti M on the wall up here in the center of town. You just spray it and you get another blue coin. A lot of these blue coins are kind of simple to get, but there's like a couple in particular that are kind of... I actually had to go look up a guide to get it back when I was younger. The next blue coin is on the east side of town, on the very edge of the river that leads... You know, it has a grate right there, and right next to it, underneath the bridge... on the same river, there's another blue coin. So, like I said, a lot of these blue coins are pretty easy to get in Pianta Village. It's just... there's just some of them you're just like, what? And then, like I mentioned, I think in the previous episode, there's another, like, set of 9 that are in one episode in particular. This is one of those ones that are kind of that's kind of difficult to tell that there's a blue coin right there. You have to spray this waterfall at this base of this tree here, and you wouldn't know to spray that, so that one is kind of a little bit difficult to get. So I wouldn't blame you if you look up a guide for that one either. There's one in particular, and I'll show it at the end of this little mop-up session. That is flat out, I had to go look this up. It was so stupid. I'm making a pathway here, because this is another twofer. This is another twofer blue coin here. So we're going to spray that wall for the triangle, and kind of make our little slide dash here, and get onto the right to left side of the hot springs area, because that's where it's spatted out. So we got that one, and now we're going to have to do the same thing on this side. Going to spray this triangle here, and it's going to spit out on that wall on the other side. That one's pretty easy. You just have to, unless you get chomped by the chain chomps on fire, like immediately in the cutscene. I had no way how to react to that, so I honestly don't understand how that even worked out. We're going to use our slide technique and get this one. The slide technique is very, very, very useful. I've kind of showed its properties throughout this Let's Play, how useful it is. It is very good for quick, easy movements. Alright, so now that we've gotten that one out of the way, we're going to go onto this tree, kind of where we raced Piantissimo the second. And we got to climb all the way to the top there. You can see it at the very top of the tree. There's a blue coin just sitting up there ready for us to grab. But with that, we're going to take our leave on the tree and keep just, dive boy all the way down to the base of the tree. Be very careful when you do this. It's easy to fall, and obviously Pianta Village is so high up in the trees, you get a bottomless pit right down there, so be very careful. I'm trying to get to this M here. There's another graffiti M. There's a lot of graffiti M's in this level. It's right there on that wall. It's right next to the super happy tree, as I've been coining it from Yoshi's story. It's right there where you get a bunch of fruit. And if you come over here next to the swing on the left, was it left side of town? Yeah, left side of town with a swing right there in the tall grass. There was another blue coin. And if we come over here, I think, if I remember correctly, this is another graffiti M, if I remember correctly. No, that's right. I'm filling up water. I'm like low on the water. That's why I was using a shotgun blast to get across this stupid, chain chomplets here. It's causing a mess and goop here. I was trying to clear out the way here. But there's another blue coin on top of the tree that we were trying to get to on the Goopy Inferno when we were trying to get on top to do the skip of Goopy Inferno. Yeah, just gotta climb all the way to the top of the tree like we've been doing. And we want to climb this leaf, and as you can see, there's a little platform sticking out the side of this leaf right over here. And if we come over there, there's a blue coin just waiting for us. We'll come over here and just, grab it. Not fall. I almost fell down. I almost was very upset about that. I said, are you kidding me? My depth perception fails me again. But that's not it. I think we're about ready to go for that really, really hard blue coin I've been alluding to. And this one's kind of, if you know where the shine sprite is from episode 8, you can kind of guess where I'm going with this one in particular. But what you need to do is you need to get to the very tip-toppity top of the town, kind of like where we were at the very end of Goopy Inferno. You have to kind of, spray over here and be careful where you jump and try not to burn yourself, and get to the top of this gold mushroom here. Now, kind of like similar to episode 8's Seeker's Shine here, you want to look up and find the moon. If we spray the moon, it'll come out with a blue coin. This is kind of a cryptic one, and I don't blame anybody for looking that one up. That one is kind of difficult. And, I know it's similar to the Seeker's Shine in episode 8, where you have to shoot the sun with the water. But you wouldn't think to do it there, like, at that exact spot. So be very careful. I wouldn't blame you if you looked it up. But we've done this one before. You go over to the end of the the spa over here, and you go to the Pianta statue, and you ground pound his nose, and he'll give you a blue coin as well. So there we go. I think we've gotten every single blue coin in this episode that we can get right now. So we're gonna exit the area and load up the level, and we're going to go to episode 2. This is one of the day ones. I mentioned that a lot of the blue coins are day and night themed. This is literally the only one that I can think of that's during the daytime. But we come over here, Piantesimo's like, I'm Piantesimo, can you race me? I was like, I've already done this, I've already proved myself, I'm faster than you, I don't need to fight, I don't need to race you again, buddy. I've already proved that I'm faster than you. I don't need no stinking bunny hood to do it either. But you come over here to the sign, you see that Pianta says, oh, it's now open. If you spray the sign, it spits out a blue coin. I don't know why the sign does it, but that's literally it. That's literally the only blue coin in this episode in the daytime level I was mentioning, so it really isn't that big of a thing. So we're gonna go to episode 3, because there's a couple blue coins in this episode specifically. As you remember, the town is on fire, and it was blah blah blah, we've lost a lot of lives when we were here. But I have learned my lesson since last time we were in this episode. I learned how to get across the Goopy Inferno with kind of easily now. I don't have to use that stupid bar to go across. What I have to do is just simply walk off the edge and hang off and just shimmy my way over here. See, isn't that much easier than doing it the way that I was originally trying to do it? So yeah, that's so much easier. Now I can get over to this side and climb the tree. I don't know why I was making it so difficult on myself. I literally saw where the line of the Inferno Hot was stopping, so I could shimmy. But we're going to do this skip again, and I'm very proud of myself. I actually managed to do this skip the first time, and I don't have to worry about it. I think I mentioned this when we were doing this, I never really did the skip. I've always done this level the way that they intended you to do. So to hear that this is how people beat the level all the time, I was like, oh, really? But we just jump up here and barely make ourselves, get to here. But luckily, I got stopped and had invincibility frames here. So luckily, I got past here. But yeah, there is a couple of blue coins related to this shine in particular that's only in this episode. So we want to go over here and try to get Flood back because, well, obviously we need Flood to get some of these coins because they're graffiti M's. So we're gonna jump up here and get it right. Well, speaking of graffiti M's, there's one right underneath where Flood's sitting at. So we're gonna go over here and spray this graffiti M, and we get a blue coin for doing so. Now that we have Flood, we can basically clean up this goop here. It's pretty easy to clean it up. I think I mentioned this in the Let's Play too. Yeah, you can just, once you get Flood, you can clear it up as much as you can. I wouldn't even bother, though, because it's not even the point of the level. The point of the level is to reach the mayor and talk to him. I mean, it would make sense if you got Flood back and cleaned up the level, because, the whole point is the town is like, why is our town covered in lava? So, but yeah, when you come over to this side here, you'll notice that there is a guy on fire. We want to come over here and we want to spray him with, water and whatnot. So, we can just go, as soon as we get Flood, we come over here and we just, help the poor dude out if he would sit still. I get it. You're on fire, dude, but don't you know the reason how you take care of a fire is stop, drop, and roll? Nah, he's just like, I'm going to run around in circles and make the flames even worse. But once you go ahead and free him from his agony with the fire, he gives you blue coin. So you might as well do it if you're going for blue coins. But there is one more blue coin in this level that we can get that's actually buried in the lava here, and it's kind of tricky to find it. You kind of just have to clean up all the spots where there's lava, and eventually you're gonna run into a spot where there's a giant graffiti M. Yeah, it's right there. A giant graffiti M on the ground. And once you clean that up, you get yourself another blue coin. So there we go. Now, if that is all the blue coins here in episode 3, the Goopy Inferno, so we don't ever have to come back to this level again. And this level isn't that bad. I make it out harder than I'm trying to do when I'm not trying to actually do it. Now that we're doing this, we're going to go back to episode 5 because there is a couple of blue coins that are exclusive to Yoshi. As you can tell, this is the only level with Yoshi in it that we can get. So we're going to go and try to, wake up Yoshi and get those blue coins in particular. I think I kind of showed this off in the episode where we were doing the 100 coin mission in this level. But there's a couple beehives, and you know how Bianco Hills had it, where there's a couple beehives. Gelato Beach had a beehive too, but Bianco Hills had a couple beehives where you have to have Yoshi use his spray power in order to knock the beehive down, and then a swarm of bees will come after you. And if you eat all the bees, the last bee will give you a blue coin. Each bee that you kill with Yoshi's tongue will give you a coin in general, but the last one out of that swarm will give you a blue coin. So we're going to just simply wake up Yoshi and knock down the beehive that's literally right where the start is. So knock that down and make these bees extinct. Not honeybees, though. Honeybees are, good bees. It's just those wasp bees that are horrible. They're jerks, But that's another blue coin. There is another beehive that's all the way at the back near the spa. But before that, there is one blue coin that we can get besides that one. And that's to deal with the Super Happy Tree in this area with the Super Happy Tree. I keep calling it a Super Happy Tree. I've always called it that just because it reminds me of that. Because Yoshi's Story was like one of my first video games I ever played. So we're going to get up on top of this mushroom right here. And as you can see, there's a bunch of butterflies on this mushroom. If we have Yoshi eat all these butterflies, the butterflies will give you a blue coin once you eat all the butterflies in this area. This one's kind of another one of those cryptic blue coins. You just got to remember that Yoshi can eat a lot more stuff than you originally probably would have thought he could. Like butterflies and bees and stuff like that. So you just got to remember Yoshi eats a bunch of stuff. But once we get that blue coin, there is only one more blue coin we can get in this level, and that's with Yoshi, and that's to knock down this beehive right here. We already knocked down one beehive, so let's go ahead and knock down another one. Now, this one has a lot of bees on it. This one has like a normal amount of bees than usual on this beehive, and it can get kind of tricky trying to lead them away, because once you walk too far away from where the bees drop their hive, they'll go back to their original spot, and then they'll build another hive, and you have to start over again. So just try not to go too far away from where they're at, and be very careful once they knock you off, because they will knock you off of Yoshi if they get too close and swarm you. So just be very careful. Bees are not fun. They're just annoying. I mean, I've never seen a video game that had a bee enemy in it that was not annoying. In fact, one of my favorite franchises, Pokemon, has a Combee, and I don't really like that Pokemon very much because male Combees cannot evolve, and that's just pitiful whenever you have a shiny Pokemon. But with that is all the blue coins in episode 5. So I think that's all like the... Well, no, we got another one. But we're going to go back to episode 6, and I've already showed this off. Because the gimmick of episode 6, if you remember, we have to save all the Piantas that are trapped in lava, and we're on a time limit. So we've already done this Shine Sprite, but the gimmick of this one is every time you save a Pianta that's stuck in the lava, if you go back and talk to the Pianta, namely the bigger Piantas, the adult Piantas, they will give you a blue coin every time you do. So... I mean, we've already done this Shine Sprite, so I'm just going to go ahead and, speed it up, because we've already done it once. So, we're going to go over here and finish the Shine Sprite. The kids, however, do not give you, and I was mistaken, because I could have swore the kids gave you blue coin too, but they don't. It's only the adults. So, you can go just, you can say the kids. Obviously, you could do this without the time limit, so I'm going to go ahead and just do this, so that way I don't have to deal with a time limit anymore, because, you know, time limits stink, especially when you're trying to just collect collectibles at this point. But as you can see, as soon as you talk to the adult Piantas, that each one of them jumps around that you save, they'll give you a blue coin. And they'll just, so grand total of, like, I think, like, 8 blue coins can be gotten this level. As you can see, I talked to the kid, he doesn't give you a, they don't give you any blue coins, but the adults will. So I think, yeah, there's a grand total of, like, 8 blue coins you can get in this level alone. Then it's just simply just doing the level and talking to another person. So that's a majority of your blue coins right there. So that's pretty easy. Now, in order to get the last blue coin, we have to go to episode 8. Episode 8 is another daytime level, as you can remember. This is the Fluff Festival. Yeah. There is a blue coin in near the rocket nozzle, and we have to get over there. And this is, I swear, I'm surprised that this is the only time that this particular branding of blue coin happened in this level. If you remember the current trend of how certain blue coins are to be found, well, there's one that we have not done yet, and that's a blue bird. Yeah, this one in particular is a blue bird blue coin. So we have to get to one of the higher points of where the Fluff Festival is, on top of this tree. I wouldn't say we have to get it to the top of the tree, we have to kind of get where the rocket nozzle is, on the platform where the rocket nozzle is. So, gonna go over here, do our backflip, kind of fly, you know, hover up this way, and not get caught on the edge here. So we're gonna try to get up here where the rocket nozzle is. We're gonna get on this swing. And be very careful with the swing, because you can fall off if you're slumping over too much. And if you jump too early like I did, and I completely messed this up, and I'm trying to get back on here again, and I'm like, oh no! Swing, can you please stop? And the swing decided not to stop. I'm desperately trying to get on the dang thing. Alright, so we're gonna try it again. You know, spray as hard as we can. Will cause us to fall off, and I completely missed it again, and I fall even further down. Way to go, me! I think if I remember correctly, when I was recording this episode, it was getting kind of late at night, and I was getting tired, so I can believe that my coordination wasn't 100% in this episode. I'm gonna go ahead and try that again. We're gonna try to get the blue coin that's right here. As you can see, there's a blue bird that's flying around right next to the rocket nozzle in this level. So you just have to kind of watch it around. He flies around the tree, so you just got to be patient with this thing. It's going to eventually come around. If I can find it. It's around here somewhere. I saw him fly off in the distance. Where are you at? Where are you at, blue bird? There he is. I'm gonna go ahead and spray it. He's gonna come around on the left side here. Keep spraying him. I think the bluebirds in general take like 3 sprays in order to produce the coin. So as soon as you hear the hit mark 3 times, it should give you the coin. But then again, yep, there it is. So you'll usually hear the noise whenever it drops a coin. So that is the last blue coin in Pianta Village. So we have collected every single blue coin here in this level. Thus, all the levels in the actual regular levels in Mario Sunshine, we've gotten everything. But yeah, guys, that was all 30 coins of Pianta Village. We have collected all 30 coins of every world that we have in the game so far. So, we're pretty much good on blue coins for the most part. If we take a look at Pianta Village, as you can see, it says 30 blue coins right next to its name. And we look at our total, we have all the shine sprites and all the worlds so far. But that's not all the shine sprites and not all the blue coins in the game. No, even though we have access to the final level, which is what this triggered this whole flood in the first place, we can actually get a bunch of Shine Sprites and blue coins here in Delfino Plaza. I barely mentioned, but there is a whole set of Shine Sprites and blue coins in Delfino Plaza itself. So, in the next episode of Let's Play Super Mario Sunshine, first off, we're going to talk to the denizens around Dial Delfino to ask them what they think about, their town being flooded, as well as we're going to start collecting Shine Sprites here in Delfino Plaza. So with that, I will see you guys in the next episode.